Hey, Big Brother fans, it is live eviction day in BB 27 with HOH Ava waiting to see which of her nominees exit the game. Keanu, Zach, and Vince are all on the chopping block headed into the BB Blockbuster tonight, and we've got our eviction prediction as well as some juicy stuff from the live feeds, including Mickey apparently taking a shot at veterans. Please hit subscribe if you're not following us yet. It's Belinda. Let's get into it. Just a quick note from last night's episode. I really did not like the things Vince was saying to Catherine during the comp, trying to get her to give him the power of veto. First, Vince was encouraging her to steal Ava's 5K, which was not cool and was putting a larger target on himself. And second, what got me was Vince saying, "Please don't send me home," as if Catherine is solely responsible for his eviction if she doesn't hand it over. That is some emotional blackmail right there when his sloppy gameplay got himself on the block. That's not Catherine's fault. Between that and Vince's tears, I can see him conning his parents into letting him live at home until he's 40 or older. I'm just glad Catherine snatched the POV for herself, even though she didn't play it. Also interesting from last night's heavily curated episode, Riley's psycho stalker behavior was totally edited out. So was Morgan's obsessive antics about Zach playing that punishment out with Rachel. She was kind of running around the house going nuts. That wasn't shown. And neither has a bunch of Mickey's aggressive behavior. So I'm interested to see if we get any of that on Thursday's episode for the casuals. Before we get to the eviction prediction, let's talk about some big stuff overnight. We had a lot of Rachel versus Mickey conversations where the two women were separately trying to shore up votes for who they want to stay in the house, but Rachel and Mickey have not gone at each other directly. It's like backstabby stuff in both directions. Rachel wants Keanu to stay at all costs. So, of course, Mickey wants him to go at all costs. Zach talked about throwing the BB Blockbuster to Vince since he feels certain he's got the votes to stay. And that would be another foolish decision for him this week if he does that. Among the fan polls, Vince is the top choice to be evicted, and then Zach, and then Keanu last. But of course, that's fan opinion, not house guest opinion, but the polls echo my personal preferences as well. But I don't think we're going to get what we want as viewers. Let's talk about where the house guest votes are sitting right now. Mickey wants Keanu out and has been shoving everybody around about it. She took M&M's up to the HOH room last night to show Ava her voting scenarios to sway her in case it comes down to a tiebreaker. And she seemed annoyed about Mickey's whole thing. And finally, Ava just wanted it over and said she's just happy that a guy is going home. We'll see how that goes. A tie vote could be fun. Ava legit does not seem to have a grudge against Keanu, so might go in his favor. When Mickey took her M&M voting scenarios to Will, he told her enough, put him away. That could be why she said some things about him that I didn't like at all. More on that in a moment. Also, Morgan is terror-stricken by Mickey emotionally flogging her most of Tuesday, none of which will probably make it onto a CBS episode. So Morgan was pressing Zach to go tell Mickey about his power because Morgan was scared Mickey would tear her a new one if she finds out Morgan knew about Zach's buyback power and didn't bring it to her. So while going around the house yesterday, trying to get votes from Rylie and Catherine and others, Zach was offering that if they vote to keep him this week, anybody who wins HOH next week can put him on the block as a nominee and he'll be fine with it. And of course he is, because he's got that buyback. And the only person in the house at that point that knew that was Morgan when he was going around making these offers that seemed great, but were really nothing. So when Zach finally told Mickey about his power last night and made clear he only told Morgan about it after the veto meeting, Mickey said, "So that's why you're going around saying you'll go up as a pawn." She clocked it, but she also said to Zach, it's cool since they're in the four-person alliance with Morgan and Vince. Zach also mentioned he was going to tell Vince about the power if both of them survive the block tonight, which would be pretty funny because I'm confident Vince would tell a whole bunch of other people that Zach has that power. Nobody much was nibbling at Zach's pawn offer, and in fact, it annoyed Rylie, but, you know, the cowboy is nonstop aggro anyway. The main thing is, this is the most crucial BB Blockbuster of the season. Whoever wins it, that's going to be their big chance to stay. If Keanu wins it and it's Vince versus Zach on the block, Vince is going to stay. Zach is probably going to go out with $10,000 in his pocket and a lot of regrets. If it's Vince versus Keanu, again, Vince will probably stay. That little crybaby egg detective seems safe in any voting scenario tonight, unless something drastic changes in the house today. So if Vince manages to take himself down with the BB Blockbuster, or he cries his way into Zach or Keanu throwing it to him, that's where the votes get more interesting. If it's Zach versus Keanu, it could be a tiebreaker with Ava casting the deciding vote to evict, and I think she's leaning more towards keeping Keanu. Again, we'll see. Mickey is all up in her ear. There's going to be a lot of last minute whispering all day in the house, and we're going to miss a lot of that because they're going to take down the feeds. After tonight's live eviction, we've got the week 6 HOH, which is the wall comp. That one, to me, actually feels like Morgan could win it just based on her physicality. But if she wins, let's be real, it would actually just be a second HOH for Mickey, who's been running power mad over the house all week. If that side doesn't win the HOH, Morgan and Mickey are likely going to be seeing the block for their behavior this week. If Morgan, Mickey, or Zach, or Vince, whoever stays, wins it, Rachel is probably going to see the block this week. In most scenarios, Rylie and Catherine seem safe from the block, and so does Will, at least for now. What I'm really hoping to see in the wake of tonight's eviction is a Rachel versus Mickey verbal throwdown, but again, that's probably going to depend on who wins the wall. There is a power struggle waging in the house between them. Rachel, of course, has realized she's not the physical threat she once was and has readjusted her approach to the game. Meanwhile, Mickey got even meaner on the feeds last night, or it was this morning, I'm trying to remember, saying Rachel's time was 15 years ago. Her time has passed. Why is she here? Basically, aren't most of her fans 50? And this is the thing about the veterans that I don't like at all. Now, she was talking about Will specifically, but the way that Mickey phrased it made me feel like it applies to all veterans, and I am one. I don't like it. Mickey said, "It's weird that Rylie respects Will for serving our country." So to me, that sounds like Mickey dislikes veterans as well as anybody older than her. That's what my ears are hearing. It's pretty clear that Rylie and Mickey are getting amazing edits from CBS production that do not reflect their words and actions on the live feeds. But hey, that is what Big Brother does. Everybody but the casuals knows it.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.